Hey folks, welcome to Friendly Orbit, the podcast that draws us together no matter how far we fly. I'm Ceres, ready for riddles, and I'm joined by...
Theia, bullshit master extraordinaire.
And...
Polaris, wait until you hear about my tragic origin story.
and...
Ganymede, graphic novice.
Perfect! Guests! We got new guests! Never before seen guests, in fact, with new space sonas.
Yes, or star sonas, depending. We don't have a formal name for them yet.
So, Theia, What are we up to today? Why do we have all these guests?
Today, we are bringing back the guessing game for super absurd comic book characters. Last time, it was just you and me, Ceres, and you were competing against me and the odds. Today, we have brought some competition from you. No, you did not win. You hit a perfect 5 out of 10. Perfect binomial, expected value. So today we have two more friends who are big fans of DC Comics, and today we're guessing off the roster of the most absurd DC comic characters I could find.
I am also a huge fan of Detective Comics.
Yes, Detective Comics. And wait until the endless recursion occurs, and then you have the DCC Comics.
DCC Comics.
Yes.
How does this game work?
Well, so this game works as like this. I will present my players with a pair of characters. One will be real, and one will be made up by me. The players have to each individually guess who is the real one and who is the fake one, and we will see who manages to get the most amount of correct answers, as well as how well they do against me. And the standard for me is that I want them to be as close as possible to 50%, and we will compute for each one of them with a Bernoulli distribution, the expected p-value of their guessing score, to see if they beat a 5% significance rate.
So what we're testing is each of our capacities to identify fake from real, as well as your capacity to make fake superheroes that are as real as the real ones.
Exactly. It's everyone against everyone. And last time I had asked you, Ceres, what your familiarity with Marvel Comics was, and you said 0. Mm-hmm. How familiar are you with DC Comics? And then we'll ask everybody else.
-1? I know Batman.
That's not true. That's not true. You have read more Batman than you have read anything else.
No, wait, okay. I read one shitty Batman comic you gave me, which was, as it turned out, was not the one you thought it was.
Nope.
So that's all the Batman I have read.
Which one?
Seriously?
Yeah. So the one that Theia gave me was supposed to be one that was like somehow Arkham Asylum, Arkham Horror, something like that. The one that I got that he gave me was Arkham related, but it was a completely different storyline. It didn't even feature Batman. It featured this guy called Fish, who was just a corporate crime guy, and his nickname was the Big White Shark. And then he tries to get off on an insanity plea, and they throw him in Arkham, and they call him Little Fish, and he goes crazy and develops supervillain powers over the course of the comic. And the main villain is a demon summoning cult that lives underneath Arkham.
Yeah, so nothing like what I wanted to get.
Has absolutely nothing to do with the storyline I was promised, and did not, in fact, feature Batman. So,
you read minus Batman, actually.
Yeah. So just so you know, the one I wanted to get him was the classic Grant Morrison comic Arkham Asylum, which is a staple.
Oh yeah.
So
there you go.
I have read one Batman comic book that didn't feature Batman.
So paradoxically, you might be very well equipped for this thing because you read the one character, the one comic that contained bullshit characters.
I know about a Humpty Dumpty themed Batman villain. So if that comes up later,
Oh no, it was just him and Bat Cow. Those were my two. Okay.
But yeah, so other than that, right? Like
Yeah.
I've watched some DC movies or whatever. I've got like a vague awareness from like YouTube shorts of like certain characters' power levels. But I have to say, overall, my familiarity with the comics is about as low as it could be.
Perfect. Ganymede, you might be just a little bit more prepared for today.
Slightly, yes. So I'm a big Batman fan. I have read a few classic Batman comics. I'm missing a few as well. Like I haven't read The Long Halloween or what's the Dark Knight Returns. Like I'm missing a few of
the first one, like the Dark
ones.
Knight Returns, the Miller one.
Yeah,
Damn.
I haven't read that. Yeah,
okay.
But
how could you possibly not have read that, Ganymede? Jesus,
I know,
everyone's...
right? Yeah, and you invited me to this podcast.
No, the joke is that Ceres hasn't read it either. Yeah, Ceres doesn't even know about the Joker henchman with the swastikas on her boobs. So.
Oh boy.
I didn't know that about that one either.
This is like one of those anxiety dreams where you wake up and you haven't studied for the test. Oh boy.
Perfect. But yeah, Ganymede,
my favorite Batman comic is actually Arkham Asylum. I am rereading it currently, and I have an edition where the second half is Grant Morrison's script with his notes, and it's very interesting, really cool. Other than that, I've read Watchmen, but not a lot of other DC heroes and or villains, like just mainly Batman. I'm a Batman boy. So
all right.
Yeah.
Wait, does Watchmen count? Because I've watched the Watchmen TV show.
Watchmen does DC. Count. It's DC, but you know it's still not. Yeah.
It feels like it's really unrelated to Batman.
It's supposed to be a parody.
They made at some point they made a crossover series because of course they did.
I'm sure that took none of the charm of the original Watchmen.
Oh my god!
I'm sure it didn't.
All right,
and now the player who actually made me sweat and made me cross characters like Bat Cow off the list.
Bat Cow is not even that obscure. Come on.
Yeah, you're right. Bat Cow featured 4 times in the comic I read. I'm kidding. I wish. Nothing Batman related was in there. There wasn't anyone in that comic.
See, Polaris, you have a very skewed idea of what is not that mainstream because you spend too much time on Tumblr. Anyways, tell us about your experience.
Well, I guess I know a bit more about DC in general, but also
you have read dozens of comics of Batman, Superman, and other heroes.
Yes. Still very Batman focused or Bat Family in general.
And also, you spend a lot of time on the internet looking up exactly this kind of bullshit.
Yeah. Maybe.
I know, because in high school, that's what we talked about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, today, because of Polaris, I had to scratch characters like Zebra Man and Kite Man, the Condiment King. There's not gonna be any cheetahs or bat cows. Today I had to really dig the bottom of the barrel.
That's like a whole episode worth of characters right there.
Yeah, I know. I know. I had to. Yeah. So today is not about Polka Dot Man. It's not about Kite Man. We're digging a lot deeper than that. Also, unlike the last time,
Kite Man were both in movies.
Kite Man was not in a movie.
Yes, Lego Batman.
Okay, fair.
Get schooled. Schooled,
fair. He was in a movie.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Shall we vote to change the host of this game? I feel like Polaris is
exactly
qualified.
Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Okay,
All right, how does this
so
game work?
I will start now reading 2 characters. By the way, I have randomized for every single pair which one I'm reading first.
Mhm.
So do not try to find some kind of pattern in like, oh, he read that one first. That means that's the real one. You know?
Excuse me, I'm a human, and I preserve the right to read patterns into random noise whenever I want.
Perfect. Then, just like most humans gambling, you will be sadly disappointed.
God, why have you forsaken me?
Perfect. So I will start reading characters, and then after I read a pair of characters, I will quickly remind you both of each, and then you will have a little bit of time if you want to discuss or voice your feelings. Of course, remember, because you're competing against each other, the more, if you know the character is real by some miracle, then you might want to stay
Keep
stay
that
silent.
little
But yeah,
nugget to yourself.
keep the little nugget to yourself. But also, don't say, "Oh, I know this one's real," and then you know that the other one is real to misdirect the others. That's a real dick move. Don't do it.
Mind games.
Yeah.
By the way, what's your criteria for a character? Has to appear more than once, or just a random appearance counted?
Ooh, no. I'm characters that were at least like, antagonists or heroes in at least one issue. So I'm not picking the background character number 63 in this action scene. Like,
It'd be a really funny basis for a quiz. This guy in a green corduroy vest, or this lady in a blonde wig.
yeah, like my characters all have an entry in the DC wiki.
Nice.
Okay.
By the way, do you know that Jesus Christ has multiple entries in the DC wiki? Just multiple.
It wouldn't be comic books.
You're saying there's a page which is Jesus Christ parentheses DC parentheses disambiguation.
Yes. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And feel free to play along in the comments or at home. Guess with us. Let's see how many you can get right.
Let us know how you did. So let's get into it. For our first character, we have Astra. So Astra is Topo's female counterpart. Who is Topo? Topo is Aquaman's friendly octopus buddy.
Okay.
And at some point, they decided to give Mira, Aquaman's wife, also an animal sidekick, and it's Astra.
Makes sense.
Much like Topo is an acronym, Astra also is an acronym that stands for Absolute Submarine Telesensing and Radio Sensing Assistant. She debuted in the 1960s as part of a trend of psychic animal sidekicks that were able to telepathically communicate as part of the ESP evolutionary endeavor of Star Labs. ESP in English is extrasensory perception, which was a big thing in the 1950s and 60s.
It's like psychic powers.
Exactly. And much like something else, the same kind of social trend was starting a lot of like cult stuff and sci-fi stuff. And related to that, Astra was briefly adopted by Scientology as a mascot. But then Scientology, when it came clear what Scientology was, DC quickly noped out of that one. But yeah, Astra was briefly the mascot of Scientology before they got Tom Cruise.
What I think is crazy is that this character is an acronym for a name and is not a robot. That feels like it's just a convention. How can a person's name be an acronym? Like, hello, my name is Mark. Mark stands for Male Academic Reads and Corduroy. That's what Mark stands for.
Yeah. Wait, let me see. Topo is the Aquaman sidekick, and he also has an acronym, even though I can't find the Tactical Observation and Pursuit Operative. That was Topo. And Astra is... Yes. And Astra is Absolute Submarine Telesensing and Radio Sensing Assistant.
I love that it's a tactical octopus. I can't believe it.
It's a tactical octopus. Okay, so this is Astra.
This isn't your regular assault octopus. This is a tactical. This is a 9mm tactical octopus.
Yeah, and like it's not an octopus. The O doesn't. It has 2 O's. None of them are octopus. It's operative.
That would be Tapu, Topo's brother.
Anyway, so this was Astra. The other one is Zeep, the living sponge. Zeep is a living bath sponge, and that's weird because the Wikipedia article says it's a living bath sponge, but like sponges are living organisms. But I guess
Yeah.
it's a bath sponge, right?
This is a bath sponge. This came out of a petrochemical factory.
Exactly. This is but it's a humanoid bath sponge. And is a campaigner for superhero rights and fair play. That's the tagline of the character. Yeah,
naturally.
Zeep is member of Superhero Hotline, which is a team that I can tell you honestly is a real superhero team. Superhero Hotline, which has a day shift and a night shift, and Zeep is part of the night shift. And I want to tell you, just like Superhero Hotline, I could make an entire episode just out of them. Yeah. And Zeep teamed up with one of the notable other marine-themed members of Superhero Hotline that Zeep teams up with in the night shift is Marie, the psychic turtle.
So all the marine animals
They're all
are
psychics. They're all psychics. Yeah.
It's funny because when you first talked about Zeep, I was imagining like a SpongeBob-y, like high-pitched, friendly character. But then when you said he works the night shift, it's like, "Hey, fellas, it's Zeep. What can I do for you? You got any superhero-related problems? I can solve them for you. I can make them go away.
The night turns
There's no
New
mess
Yorker.
I can't clean up."
Yeah, I can soak up so much shit. I'm a sponge, baby. Okay, so which one is real?
Yeah,
Astra?
Polaris, which one is real? Tell me.
No. But you can discuss.
Well,
Can
I mean,
we ask follow-up questions?
Yeah, for sure.
You can ask follow-up questions. I can choose to answer them or not.
Let's say one per person, right? I already asked one. So let's say one per person follow-up questions so that we don't riddle Theia too badly.
Okay.
Do you actually have a question, or were you just clarifying?
Yeah. And don't ask questions that are like
Zeep,
trying to...
Sorry.
Yeah?
Is Zeep also psychic? Like, does it also telepathically communicate with his peers, or...
No, he just soaks up liquids.
Somehow?
No? He's a sponge?
Yeah. Actually, now that
But
you
does
say
it-
that, I am really curious.
Does it communicate in any way?
Yeah, it's a humanoid. It can just talk.
Oh, it's
It has a
humanoid.
mouth.
It has a mouth. It has a pair of arms. It has legs. Presumably
And his
other
whole
organs
deal
too.
Is he absorbs liquids?
That's a superhero hotline, okay? This isn't the Justice League.
Okay. Yeah, that's my question. Yeah. Cool.
I don't know if it's like racist on my part, but I really would have expected Zeep to be like the janitor and not like a member of the hotline team.
No.
Racist towards a living sponge.
Listen, I
But
don't
not
know.
not as in the living being that's a sponge, but a sponge made of petrol that happens to be alive.
Yeah, well,
I
to
have
be
a lot
fair,
of sponge friends, so I can't be spongist.
to be fair, superhero hotline, I don't know if they can afford the janitor, so maybe he also does that.
But think about it. If you were a living sponge, would you want to clean a room? Or you're like, I'm gonna leave the job for the dead
I mean,
sponge.
I guess it really depends on the interpretation. I could imagine somebody writing a living sponge being like, "Fuck yeah, I love soaking shit up. This is what I was made for," you know? And yeah, I think there's another version where you could just write them like as a human being and be like, "Look, just because I'm a sponge doesn't mean I need to be a janitor." All right. Polaris, do you have any input for us? Do you know Superhero Hotline? Can you help us out?
No, I don't think I can.
Yeah, I want to stress out also, like, I searched up a lot of characters that I discarded. So, like, just because I'm quoting Superhero Hotline or I'm quoting Topo doesn't mean that, like, the character is real just because I'm referring to something. I make these purposefully mysterious.
Oh, you fucked me up so hard with Cool Rava last time. It was like so specific, and I was like, "It's so specific, it's got to be the real one." And I was like, "No, that's the fake one." So yeah, specificity doesn't guarantee anything, but I'm about ready to hand in my answer.
Okay, so we have Astra, Psychic Starfish, and Scientology icon for a short time, and Zeep the Living Sponge, Superhero Hotline Night Shift Extraordinaire. Okay, go on WhatsApp, and if there's nothing else, vote.
Excuse me. Go on your Friendly Orbit branded specialty communication device that we shipped you for this episode, and give us your answer.
Ceres, do you ever wake up sweating with just the name of Cool Raba in your lips. In a tiny breath.
Does Cool Rava haunt my dreams? I can neither confirm nor deny whether or not Cool Rava haunts my dreams, because every time I talk about it, it gets worse. Are these questions pass-fail, by the way?
Okay, all answers are in. So, Ganymede and Polaris voted for Zeep. And Ceres voted for Astra. And I will quote Astra because Scientology would never let this happen, right?
Yeah,
well,
exactly. That's my rationale.
Wait, but like you're saying Astra is true?
I'm saying Astra is fake because I don't think... Oh, that's right. We should be specifying which one is fake.
Yeah, we should be specifying. We should be really specifying.
Oops. You guys texted in thinking you were texting in the fake one, right?
No, the real one.
I explicitly phrased it with Zeep is real, Astra is fake, because I knew there was ambiguity.
All right. I thought Astra was fake because this would never happen, right? Like, Scientology wouldn't let this happen. That was my idea.
Correct. Very good. Very good. Everybody gets a point. Zeep is the real one. Astra is
fake. Yeah, baby.
All right. Now we enter the world of villain sidekicks. First, we have Neo Joker. Neo Joker is a satirical Elseworld take on Harley Quinn. Marianne is a bank teller who develops Stockholm Syndrome for the Clown Prince of Crime after Joker takes her hostage. In this timeline, Joker had just been dumped by the real Harley due to his abusive behavior, and Joker just started to call Marianne Harley. And essentially, it's a Stockholm Syndrome thing where like Joker barely realizes that he switched girlfriends. And this girl just has Stockholm Syndrome for him. The story is just insane. It involves Mr. Freeze's father, who also has is called Fries, of course, his last name, being a pardoned Nazi scientist.
Freeze.
And the Waynes developing super weapons with him for the Cold War and other crazy plot points.
Freeze is developing weapons for the Cold War.
Yes. And the Joker eventually goes sane in this timeline and repents. And Marianne takes over the role of Joker as this character, Neo Joker. The whole story is like a parody of Harley Quinn and the whole toxic Joker fandom. So basically, Marianne goes from being a parody of Harley Quinn to being a parody of toxic Joker fans. And it's speculated that Neo Joker actually inspired Punchline, a main continuity sidekick of Joker, that shares a lot of traits with Marianne, but falls for the Joker through a true crime podcast kind of way. And the Punchline part is real. Punchline is real. I'm not lying about the Punchline thing. But is Neo Joker real?
Oh, yeah. We should trust you now.
Yeah,
after
exactly.
all your previous deceit.
Yes.
That's what you would like.
Yeah. Speaking of, Mini Bane. You like Bane? Imagine if there was
Bane a little too awkward to carry around in your backpack every day? Introducing Mini Bane.
Mini Bane is Bane's son, and he was developed as a dark counter Robin after Bane's success in Nightfall. Mini Bane is technically like a kind of like punk rock youth who dresses like Bane and does venom drugs much like Bane. But the main issue was there was a miscommunication between the writers and the artists. When the writers were writing seriously and the artists thought that this was some kind of parody of like a boomer take on what the punk youth is. So the artists drew the character with a very dark comedic approach to the character. Mini Bane dresses in a black leotard like his father, is like very muscular like his father, but is still like a 12-year-old and is the size of a 12-year-old with a Bane mask enhanced by a punk mohawk. So
that makes up for the height differential, you know.
This did not go very well with the fans. And the resulting storyline was so jarring to read and just like upsetting that led to a lot of complaints, and eventually it was abruptly cut short with a twist that Mini Bane was actually Mr. Mixelpix, Superman's 5-dimensional trickster god villain that was just messing with Batman for once and had basically implanted false memories into Bane, and it was him all along, and then they just cut it short.
I love how like modern day complaints about like TV shows and stuff like based on comics is like, oh, I can't believe they put a woman in this. And like, look at the shit people had to put up with back in the day. You know Imagine. They're like, oh yeah, the new Bane movie's coming out. Everyone excited for it? Yeah! And they throw in Mini Bane. Like, you have to sit through 3 hours of Mini Bane. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and I have had to watch this incredibly comedic like panel that like looks very dark until you remember what it's about, and it's perfect for this dissonant tale of like miscommunication, where Batman asks Bane after Mr. Mixelpix just teleports away, "Do you want to still fight?" And Bane just says, "No, I need to mourn my son."
Oh my god.
So yeah, this was like 3 issues long, and like DC
I
buried
like the
this.
idea. Oh my god, I like the idea of Batman like asking for consent before beating someone up. Like, hey Bane, are you okay to engage in this incredible violence? Nah, dude.
Oh yeah.
He was being
Okay,
nice.
so we have Neo Joker, a Stockholm Syndrome Harley Quinn parody, or Mini Bane. Which
Neo
one is my
Joker or
creation?
Mini Bane. I love how you paired these two up.
All right,
like
all
this
results
episode
are in, and oh my god, people. So we have, I think Neo Joker is Fane, but wow, you did a good job from Polaris. I don't want to live in a world without Mini Bane. I think Neo Joker is fake from Ceres.
Yeah,
and
I don't
Neo
care
Joker
what the answer
fake.
is, as Mini Bane must be real.
Okay, so everybody agrees that Neo Joker is fake and Mini Bane is real, but you're all wrong. I made up Mini Bane.
What? Mini Bane isn't real? Why can't we have Mini Bane?
Because I made them up. You wish there was a Mini Bane.
I wish there was a
Yeah,
Mini Bane.
we all did. Yeah, we all
I
did.
need to mourn my son. I can't continue this quiz. I'm in mourning.
I loved coming up with a Mixelpix twist.
I had no idea. You know, Mixelpix could have been fake.
No, Mr. Mixelpix is real.
Picklets. Anyway.
Sorry, Mr. Mixelpix.
Polaris, tell us your favorite Mixelpix moment.
Okay. There's an episode of Superman the Animated Series where Mr. Mixelpix is the main villain, and it's just a lot of fun. A lot of fun shenanigans in that episode.
Nice moment.
Yeah. I also liked him, his interpretation in the Korean anime My Adventures with Superman that came out a couple of years ago. That was fun. All right, let's go. Let's move on to the next one. Okay. After Mini Bane and Neo Joker, we talk about...
How boring,
Well-
by the way, that Neo Joker is the real one. I was
Yeah.
like, I do not want to read that comic book. Mini Bane is a way better parody.
For real.
So, do you all know Crypto? Superman's dog. He's even in the new movie that's coming out.
I thought this was going to turn into a very different kind of podcast now.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about cryptocurrency. I was like, what?
Exactly. Right. This section is sponsored by
This sponsored by
hugescam.org. Yeah.
Bitcoin isn't a DC hero, but should he be? Discover
So-
the hero to your financial freedom.
Yeah. Oh my god. No, you all know Crypto, the super dog, and he's even in the trailer for the new movie. But-
First time I ever saw him. No, I don't know him. But yes, let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. But did you know that for a while Zod had a dog too, Anti-Crypto?
No.
Yes.
We had a good boy and a bad boy.
Yeah. Anti-Crypto, Zod's personal Kryptonian dog, was sent to spy on Superman on Zod's behalf and smell him in order to hope to discover Superman's secret identity. Anti-Crypto was literally sniffed out by Crypto, as Crypto could smell the other Kryptonian dog. But because the comics code at the time did not allow for any violence on animals, or at least on the side of like the good guys, Superman simply picks up a titanium bar and throws it into space, prompting Anti-Crypto to chase it for the next 20 years.
Perfect. Helpless in the face of a bar.
Yeah, it's like who's a good boy? Wiggle the stick and throw it. In the Bronze Age, Anti-Crypto came back, but as a hellhound, not to Zod but Darkseid. The new Anti-Crypto is basically an apocalypse demon, and has had a redemption arc, becoming Mr. Miracle's pet and being named Skipper.
Question is, where
I'm just
did
gonna tell you,
Anti-Crypto
gut feeling, this can't be real.
Wouldn't be so sure.
Well, wait until you hear about Beppo, the super monkey.
No.
Beppo is a Kryptonian alien who resembles an Earth monkey due to convergent evolution. Beppo has all of Superman's power, but is just a monkey. He was eventually, after its first debut, he was convinced by Superboy to join the Legion of Super Pets. But mercifully, it was Beppo, the super monkey, was written out of existence by Crisis of Infinite Earths, and has since returned in every Crisis event as a cameo in the background. And only recently, in a 2024 one-shot special called the Ape Rill Special, has Beppo returned as a comic book character. That's Beppo the super monkey.
The craziest part to me is that this is just like, he's a chimpanzee, but with Superman's powers. It's like, wait, so he doesn't have like a human intellect? He just gets mad because he doesn't get a banana and he just smashes the universe apart? Right? Like,
basically, yeah.
One thing I know about Superman is I've seen him in a lot of like who would win comparisons. And it's like, this monkey can fly 8 times the speed of light? Holy shit! None of the bananas are safe.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. Of course, Beppo's like from the Silver Age originally or something. And yeah, also it's so funny to me because Beppo is like an Italian abbreviation for the name Giuseppe. So it feels so like...
So Beppo isn't just a chimpanzee with the superpowers of Superman. Beppo's a racial caricature. Interesting.
I hope not. I think it's more likely that it's like a name that they know from like Italian Americans, right? Like
maybe,
it's like
or it's just a coincidence, right?
Yeah. I hope they didn't make the monkey in Italian on purpose.
The name itself is also due to convergent evolution.
Exactly.
I love that. Just convergent evolution explains everything away. In fact, Krypton looked exactly like Earth in the 1950s. Isn't that crazy? Convergent evolution.
Yeah. Okay, so we have Beppo the super monkey, and then we have Anti-Crypto Zods, and then Darkseid's personal dog.
Gosh. I can't be guided by which one I want to be more true. That's already let me down.
But it's more fun this way.
It's more fun.
The thing is that Superman throwing stuff into space to solve situations is a thing, right? So that is...
I mean, it's definitely a thing, and like Anti-Crypto wouldn't die from it because he's like a super dog, so we just chase it for 20 years across space.
I think at the end of this podcast, we have to decide who the real Justice League is, using our favorite characters from the episode. And I don't know, would Anti-Crypto have a spot? I think I like Beppo more. I like the idea that somebody, like this monkey's in heat and destroyed South America because of it.
Right, go to the chat. Give me your guesses. Okay, we have all of them. So we have from Ganymede. I think Anti-Crypto is real. Throwing a stick into space sounds very plausible as a resolution. We have Polaris. My guess is Anti-Crypto is real. So 2 votes for Anti-Crypto is real. And then finally we have Ceres. Anti-Crypto is fake. Back dog. And you know, Ceres, you're right. Anti-Crypto is fake. I make him up. Beppo the super monkey is real.
Oh no. Giuseppe.
But thank you. I was really proud of Anti-Crypto, so I'm glad.
Throwing a stick into space to solve a problem just seems like a Superman Silver Age thing to do.
I think it made sense.
For me, the clue was totally like meta. It was just, you said that the Comics Code Authority banned violence against animals, and then you paused for a microsecond and then said, well, at least on the side of the good guys. And I was like, wait, that pause was suspicious. And the more I thought about it, I was like, that's implausible. They must be able to punch a T-Rex, even in the Silver Age, right? And I was like, this part smells fishy to me. And so I don't know if any of that's true, but that was the gut feeling that led me to the correct answer.
They must be able to punch a T-Rex. Like, they have a constitutional right to punch T-Rexes.
It is
maybe-
a human right to watch
T-Rexes
Superman
count.
punch T-Rexes, all right?
Do T-Rexes count as animals? So
Yeah, well, to me, I mean, they're like Kingdom Animalia, right? I mean, they're
but so are humans.
yeah, that's true. But I think that I don't know. You're right,
Well,
but
I
I
do
think the
think that
modern
there's a
conception
difference
is
between
humans aren't
punching a
animals
dog.
and T-Rexes are. That's just where I plant my flag.
Is that
Yeah.
a real comics code rule?
I just
Yeah.
made it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Much
like,
like
violence
everything else with Anticrypto, it's all from my twisted mind.
From the twisted mind of Theia comes Skippy the dog.
Yeah, Skipper.
Yeah, I wonder actually what the rules were, but I was thinking in my head like Superman punching like a grizzly bear. I'm like, that must be allowed. You can punch some animals, right? They just got to be mean looking animals, and he has to be in self defense, but it must be allowed, right?
I mean, Batman punches crocodiles all the time. So
Crocodiles? Oh, because of Killer
Oh
Croc.
yeah.
Mhm.
Took me a while.
and also
Okay.
regular crocodiles that live in Gotham in the sub.
Do they?
Oh wow, I didn't know that. So it's like a New York thing.
Yeah, that is in New York.
Oh, actually, I learned that recently. Like that people used to call New York Gotham sometimes, like jokingly, because they were considered to be analogs. I had no idea. It didn't seem. I mean, yeah, and I didn't view New York that negatively.
Well, okay. Next one. Speaking of dogs and twisted, we go back to the Bronze Age where we are allowed to do all kind of sick stuff because comic books are for adults. And here we meet Dog Welder.
No.
Yeah.
Okay,
Dog
this-
Welder is incredible. Dog Welder kills stray dogs and welds
God,
them
no.
to the faces welds them to the faces of criminals without killing them.
How do you weld flesh? What? I don't know why that's my first question. But what?
Dog Welder spent his free time trapping and killing dogs in alleyways, and then the rest of his time being a vigilante. That's the gimmick. Nothing else.
Vigilante.
Yes,
That's
I'm kidding.
great.
There is way more to it. There's a second Dog Welder who finds the equipment of the original Dog Welder and gets possessed by it. The second Dog Welder shares a psychic link through history to all other Dog Welders, like a hive mind, and can speak through dogs as puppets. And finally, and this is the cherry on top, all sources I could find, Dog Welder is listed as a good guy.
What? It's awful.
He's so sick and twisted, but he has his unique brand of justice. And sometimes, you have to break the rules to do what needs to be done.
Yeah.
Wow.
Welding dogs.
Sometimes when you find a desperate mother stealing a loaf of bread for her child, the only way to set her straight is to weld her to a fucking dog.
I'm sorry. Can
That's
you?
dog weld.
What does dog welding mean? Like, what do you mean you weld someone to a?
So
it's a
welding
dead dog,
means-
right? Like, do you?
Yeah, it's a dead dog, and then you weld it with a welder. So it's like when you weld like two pieces of metal, means
know,
like
right.
taking two pieces of metal, and then you heat up the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
But,
It's
like,
dog
how-
welder.
But
He's
where
crazy.
do you weld it? Like, is it like where does the human end and the dog start?
He probably carries a little bit of metal in his pouch, and he melts it, and he uses it to
And like
weld the
speaking
dog.
anatomically, like where does the dog stem out of
To the
human?
face. To the
To the
face, right?
Yeah,
That's
so
what she
in
said.
the images,
from
so
the
in the
face
in
starts
the,
the body
so in the-
of a dog.
in the Google, in the Google images and Wikipedia images, the DC Wiki images that I saw is just like the dog from the back of the dog, like their backside, the one that you usually scratch, is like welded to the face, and
Oh.
there's just scar tissue. It's horrific. It's we're in the 90s. It's so sick and twisted.
This feels like a character base developed on the basis of a typo. I just can't figure out what the typo is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
and
just
it's
feels
crazy.
like somebody tried to type in dog wielder, right? And then they skipped the I, and the art department came back with this, and they were like, actually, you know what, guys? This is totally sick and twisted. It shows just how edgy our characters are.
Yeah, and like the dog welder, the second dog welder, she has a psychic link to all dog welders.
Yeah,
As
I
if
love
there
that. Just
was.
fucking time travel breaking hive minds. And what do we
Yeah.
use it for? To speak through dogs
Yeah.
and kill dogs and
He channels
weld
the
them.
wisdom of all the dogs
Yeah.
welders. The dog welders that came before, even though welding is like probably not older than 200 years.
Yeah, I feel like modern dog welder just like touches the tool. Let's check in with the wisdom of the ancients. Oh yeah, they didn't know anything either. They were fools.
Yes, let's check the wisdom of the ancients. Oh yeah, 1851, like racist British man.
Exactly, I was
Perfect.
about to say.
Yeah, the dog welder from the 1850s is deeply misguided, and that's all I can tell you.
And his advice is don't weld the face of the dog to the face, but the butt.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh man.
Okay, so that's dog welder, but now
That's the first one. I can't believe
That's
we
the
haven't
first
done the
one.
second one.
The second
Spent
one.
20 minutes on dog welder.
Yeah, and who knows if dog welder is real or squirrel bingo bango. Squirrel bingo bango is a gambling addict with an obsession for dead squirrel tails, which he believes bring him good luck. As a child, he found a dead squirrel, and on the same day, like in his garden, and same day, his abusive, alcoholic, and atheist stepfather was run over by a truck that transported squirrel toys. In an
Atheist
incredibly
part feels like the least relevant of that sentence.
in an incredibly
He was
silly
a serial
panel.
killer. He ate his mom, and he didn't like Skittles.
Yes. So, in an incredibly silly panel, the 8-year-old Bobby Bingo is his last name, cheers at the sight of his dead stepfather, yelling, "I see, the world's best thing in my life came through random chance. Chance and this dead squirrel. I will never forget this lesson." And that's the last panel of his backstory. He later adopted the alias of Squirrel Bingo Bango and pledged his soul to an ancient Aztec chaos goddess to get the ability to influence luck. He dresses like a 1920s gangster and always carries a dead squirrel tail that hangs out of his pocket. And in his words, bingo's for the gambling, bango's for the shooting, and squirrel is for luck with both. This is Squirrel Bingo Bango.
Naturally, there was no better way to do justice to the oft maligned mythology of the Aztecs. No better representation could have been designed by Detective Comics than...
Yeah.
Oh man,
Squirrel Bingo Bango. So
I don't want Squirrel Bingo Bango to be real, so that's what's going in. That's spoilers. That's what I'm voting for.
You want Dog Welder?
Exactly.
I hate both. But Dog Welder has something haunting. What I hate about Dog Welder is that allegedly they're a hero. I want Dog Welder to be the DC Comics strongest villain. Like, their Thanos level villain is Dog Welder. That I can buy.
All right. Well, vote in chat if that's your real vote.
You said dog welder was from the Bronze Age, right?
Like from the 90s. I think that's the Bronze Age.
Also, by the way, if you made up Dog Welder, you're sick. And I think slightly less of you.
I'm used to this by now. You have no idea what's coming. Yeah.
Where's
Dog
the
welder
Dog Welder?
or Squirrel
What's next? Baby Forger?
Baby Melter.
No.
Yeah.
Baby blender.
Okay. Yeah, Ganymede and Polaris. I'm still waiting for.
It is so tough. I am doubting everything.
Yeah, this game is hard. This game is not easy. You're like, neither one of these are real. I can't be. Yeah, one of them must be. With the inevitability of the snap. These must be real.
Ganymede, are you writing? I don't see you.
No. I'm just staring at my screen and just contemplating like how messed up each of these characters are. Like,
He's got the 1,000-mile stare into a mirror.
I'm like, what? I'm asking two questions. Would a multi-million-dollar editorial company write any of these characters? And it's not clear. Would my friend write any of these characters? And it's equally plausible. You could come up with any of these. So it's not helping. I'm stuck. I'm gonna flip a coin, and that will be my villain origin story.
Flipping a coin is the best way to beat me at this game. Actually, no, it's the worst way, because if you get 50-50, then I win.
Yeah, exactly. You want to settle for
You
getting
might
it
win
all
against
right,
us.
and second place is getting it all wrong. But 50-50 means he designed the quiz well.
Okay, so once again, Ganymede and Polaris are on the same train. Dog Welder is fake for Ganymede, and Squirrel Bingo Bango is real from Polaris. And the Ceres goes, Squirrel Bingo Bango must be fake. And Ceres, you're right again.
Oh,
Dog
no!
Welder-
I can't believe it. Holy crap, you guys.
That's true. I made up Squirrel Bingo Bango.
I have no way of having any like consistent criterion because it's like, okay, I'm gonna go for the wacky character because it's probably like, you know, not as messed up. But,
Oh my god, Dog Welder is real and he's a hero. No.
How is Dog Welder real? Come on, I mean, we have on the villain side Professor Pig, which is the same thing, but on the villain side. That's it.
Yeah, that's true. Professor Pig with a Y.
Oh man. So for me, it was just like Squirrel Bingo Bango. I was like, you can't name any character Bingo Bango. You just can't do it. You can't get away with it. You can do Bingo, you can do Bango. You can't do both.
Well, you will love one of the next characters.
Again, I have no idea if any of this is leading towards my success. I just want you guys to know what my thought process is. I feel like most likely is I'm flipping a coin and I got lucky 2 times in a row.
Okay, but now I'm
3
looking
times.
up Dog Welder because I want to see what it looks like, at least.
Oh my god, yeah, this means we can look up Dog Welder.
Oh yeah. I'm not sure I want to, but
Let's describe what we're seeing.
Oh no!
It's horrific. Oh no, it's such a little dog too. No, it's not even a big dog. It's a really little cute dog. If you know Tintin, if you know the dog from Tintin, it's that dog. Oh my god.
No!
why is Dog Welder
This
in
is
space?
awful.
Why is Dog Welder wearing a spacesuit?
Why is it welding? That doesn't make any sense.
And he's welding a little dog that has a little dog spacesuit. Like,
This dog has a collar. This dog isn't a stray. What the fuck, Dog Welder? Oh my god. Oh man. What?
He's a hero. He's a hero for the ages.
If Dog Welder is right, I want to be wrong.
Oh. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, moving on. God, this is the most traumatic half hour of podcast content I have ever recorded, I think. I'm sorry to all our listeners. Dog Welder is real. You can look him up.
I'm
Holy
sorry.
crap.
I'm sorry. Can I cheer you up with a silly one?
Yeah.
I thought they were all supposed to be silly.
Well, they are supposed to be implausible. The next one is Willy the Worst.
Okay.
Willy the Worst is the worst. This
Actually, my high school
cyborg-
nickname.
This cyborg villain is quite literally completely inept and has no talents or really any skills. He has a mother who does not respect him, no job, and 2 sick cats to take care of. What makes Willy an actual photo cyborg is that the cybernetic hero uses algorithms and logical pattern recognition to track down his enemies. But Willy is completely unreliable due to this complete lack of skill, common sense, or planning, which makes him untraceable. As Cyborg puts it, this man is so inept I cannot possibly predict what he'll do next. Even his clothes make no sense. In that issue, Willy lost his belt and replaced it with his purple tie. He returned in 1972. Oh, I didn't write the starting date, but yeah, he returned in 1972, revealing to act, which was like a couple of years after he first debuted, revealing to actually be a genius-level statistician, and his inaptitude was a performance to throw off the Machine Man. As he puts it, only a genius could simulate such complete randomness. That's Willy the Worst.
is this a meta commentary
Which
on
by
this episode because you're
Exactly.
What? What did you say?
Is this a meta commentary on the episode? Which I'm like, yeah. Only a genius could come up with
No.
such randomness.
No, it's not. But nice.
I love that
Yeah.
Willy the Worst is a statistical genius who has never heard of a die.
Yeah. Wait, let me check real quick. Yeah, he debuted in 71, and then so he returned in 72. So he returned only 1 year after his debut. Okay. The next one is Mambo or Mambo Jumbo. Mambo Jumbo debuted in the first Teen Titans cartoon.
My spidey sense is tingling.
He's a powerful magician. It's a powerful magician whose magic comes from his hat and the wand, but the magic he can produce, mainly to the nature of his tools, is basically like stage magic. Like he can do whatever he wants as soon as it's kind of stage magic themed, like conjuring animals and like producing comedic effects.
Chopping
But
ladies in half.
Mambo's hat is essentially a small dimension or like a demi-plane, where he's at his most powerful. So if you can pull an enemy inside his hat, in there he's all powerful, as
Get
the
into
laws
my
of
hat, you
reality
little fuck.
completely obey him. And in the wiki, I learned that he became a fan favorite despite starting off as like a one-off joke character. And he basically returned in every single season of Teen Titans, and even in the reboot Teen Titans Go. That's
Totally.
Mambo Jumbo.
So Mumbo Jumbo actually means something. And I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it has like offensive origins.
Yeah,
like, you know, it's like
there's a salmonella
aping.
video about it. That it's like
Yeah.
about beating up women to shut them up or something like that.
But that has never stopped comics before. So
No, absolutely not. Also, just that for reference, the Teen Titans cartoon is like I think was originally started in the 90s or early 2000s. Like we did not care about that stuff yet.
Yeah, I mean, I remember you telling me about Kamikaze, the Marvel character.
Yeah, the Japanese mutant Kamikaze.
So, comics didn't like that's not going to hold them back. But I'm
So we
fried
have
after
Willy the
Dogwaller.
Worst. So we have Willy the Worst and Mambo Jumbo.
Willy the Worst and Mumbo Jumbo. Oh man, I love the idea of Willy the Worst, right? Like, he's so unpredictable because he sucks at everything. And I love that he has 2 sick cats.
Yeah, I was surprised too. Okay, so we have it in. We have. I think Willy the Worst is fake. Mambo Jumbo sounds like Bingo Bango, and you want us to guess it's fake again? Or maybe you're triple bluffing by Ganymede. Mambo Jumbo is fake, or you're a great actor because you looked up the Willy the Worst release date, and if that's the case, you deserve the win. And I think Mumbai Jumbo is real. Autocorrect, but read it like this from Polaris. And I am a great actor because Mambo Jumbo is real. Willy the Worst is mine.
Finally.
So Polaris and Ganymede perfectly aligned.
Yeah.
Oh, it's perfect. The fact that you typed it in too, like I could hear your keyboard going as you were looking it up.
Oh yeah, that made me suspect. But I was like, is he looking it up on Google or is he just doing Control F on his notes? You know?
Yeah. I feel like this thing is like this is a skill you hone as a DM. So like we'll learn to literally lie to your friends, right? In the most plausible way. Think about like what makes the lie more plausible. Oh, if I'm looking it up, you better hear the keyboard typing something.
I picture Theia like in his room, like very ridiculously typing in his keyboard. You know, like when TV shows try to be discreet. It's like okay, and then he like sort of moves very exaggeratedly, like with like hopping.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or I randomly slammed keys on my laptop, like when they hack in movies.
Like, all of the above.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay, so
I low key sad that Willy the Worst isn't real. Seems better.
Well, do you know about Zeus? Zeus is real in the DC comics. We all know that because he's Wonder Woman's dad.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes.
But do you know about Maximilian Zeus, a mentally ill history professor from Gotham University who believes himself to be the reincarnation of Zeus?
Well,
and his last name is Zeus.
Yeah, with that last name.
With that last name. Yeah. Zeus is just his normal last name. He has no power or abilities, but he just dresses in a tacky Halloween costume version of Zeus. And
does believing you're Zeus like run in the family, or are they all just like, yeah, Zeus is my last name and that's kind of cool or whatever? And then they finally had a child, and the child was like, me specifically of all the Zeuses.
I'm the reincarnation. Yeah. And in a callback to Bane, during the Nightfall saga where Bane debuted, Zeus is one of the inmates freed by him, but he's promptly reincarcerated because he knocks himself out by just running into a tree.
I was really hoping you were going to say something about Mini Zeus.
No, no, that would give it away, I guess. Mini Bane.
Mini Bane!
No. Yeah, but that's Zeus. That's one of those, like, this is like Egghead or something. It's one of those Batman villains that doesn't really matter.
I'm just imagining
And-
Bane with like a little like baby Bjorn backpack and like Mini Bane.
Yeah.
It's like
This
and they're-
2-year-old toddler in a leotard who's jacked.
and they're like, they're facing down, they're surrounded by bad guys, but like they're back to back. I've got all angles covered.
Yeah, Mini Bane is throwing tiny fists. All right, and speaking of Zeus and Wonder Woman, do you know about G.I. Joe? We're prepared for G.I. Polita.
What?
Yeah, Hippolyta is the queen of the Amazons of Themyscira and mother of Diana. But for a while in the 1980s, she was a GI in a collaboration with the toy brand G.I. Joe, G.I. Polita. In a story that sees the dreadful Cobra organization do an emergency landing in Themyscira, the G.I. Joe team has to bargain with Hippolyta for the right to land and take the Cobra agents captive. Hippolyta agrees only if she can join their team and uses magic to change her appearance into a very skimpy military gear and keeps the codename G.I. Polita. She keeps her spear and shield as her weapons of choice, and the adventure ends with her gaining the respect of the G.I. Joe team and promising to join them again if they needed help. This was meant to be the first of a limited series of G.I. Polita, but it was never continued past the first issue.
I love the detail of skimpy military outfit.
And man, there's no other word to describe it. I saw it. I was like, this is not what the queen would wear. Anyways.
It's just funny because they're like, all right, we got to make this G.I. Joe female character. How can we do that? Well, what if we turn the military uniform into a bikini? Frank, that's an excellent idea. Put that on the board right now. Send that
and
to
it's
the
so frustrating because, like, in the panels before that, Hippolyta is just like wearing a normal, like, Greek tunic armor that is like, I will say it's as revealing as like it makes sense to be for a Greek outfit, but like it's not even as skimpy as Wonder Woman's.
Yeah.
Like she's a lot more like royal, and then she's just like embarrassing. Anyways, yeah, G.I. Polita and Zeus.
I mean, really, it's not Zeus. It's Zeus 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, Maximilian Zeus.
Maximilian Zeus or G.I.
And also like Maximilian because it's like they were like, oh, what's the name? Oh, Maximus. Oh, that's Roman. Well, that's close enough. Just sounds Roman. Good enough for me. Maximilian Zeus.
Just Zeus. He's Max Zeus.
Yeah,
Max
exactly. He's not
Maximum
min
Zeus. Maximum Zeus.
Exactly. He's not minimum Zeus. He's not moderate Zeus. He's full Zeus, baby. Maximum Zeus. This guy fucks so much as a goose.
Yeah. Yeah, the biggest threat he poses is like to the animals of like Gotham City Park, honestly.
What are you implying here?
You know what I'm implying. Anyways.
Is Max Zeus going to be the one who finally takes down Dog Welder? You thought I was a stray. Lightning crackles from the eyes.
Okay, come on. Give me your votes.
I'm
if you
fatigued. I'm fatigued. I don't want to.
You don't want to pick. They're both great, or
I both demean reality slightly.
I have thoughts, but they're slightly spoilery. I think I'm confused. I'll share my thoughts after the reveal. I think.
all right. So the agreement is that Zeus is real. Everyone agrees on that, and that's true. Maxi
Yes!
Zeus is real. Everybody
Hail
gets
Zeus.
Good job. Good job.
Okay. Follow-up thoughts. Is it true that he has no powers? Because I was rereading Arkham Asylum, and he appears in Arkham Asylum, I think, but he's far from normal.
In the version of
electric, like
in the version of Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
Oh, you know him. I guess also Polaris knew him because Polaris mentioned him with his full name, Maxi Zeus. In the wiki it said that in the Arkham Asylum version he has powers, but in the when he appeared in the streamline mainstream version of Maxi Zeus does not have any powers. Just a guy.
Okay. Because that threw me off. I was like, oh, maybe he's talking about a different character, and maybe he's like No, I mean, I was very confused. I was like, that was not the reason I thought Zeus is real.
And I'm just really, really good at telling which DC characters are fake. Apparently.
Yeah.
Right now, I can read the score so far.
Yeah, read them so that I can be defeated. Like as soon
yeah.
as you tell me what the score is, I'm gonna lose all mental game that I have.
So far we're 6 out of 10 in,
Okay.
and Ceres, you're doing the best in terms of how many you got correct. 4 out of 6. You got
nice.
Zeep, Neo. You got Zeep correct. You got Beppo. You got Dog Welder, and you got Zeus. Polaris and Ganymede, you are the same. You have 3 out of 6. You're perfectly balanced. You got Zeep, you got Mambo, and you got Zeus.
The best part is that you guys have voted perfectly in sync every single time.
Yeah.
And I always feel like if I'm not with the group, I'm probably gonna be wrong, right?
Well, let's move.
Sorry, before we move, do you know what actually convinced me that Zeus is real? Is that you brought up G.I. Joe, and I was like, he's pulling again a Hasbro.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, Hasbro wouldn't allow this, right?
By the way, Maxi Zeus calls Batman Hades, which is also really fun.
Yeah, that is true. He refers to him as Hades.
Nice. That's cute.
Okay. Now let's talk about the other scoundrel. Other as in cow udders. The other scoundrel is a bandit fought by Mr. America, an obscure masked hero.
The other scoundrel.
Yes, the other scoundrel.
Oh my god.
Is a bandit fought by Mr. America, an obscure masked hero who debuted in 1943 as a response to Captain America. The other scoundrel, one of his first villains, was a I can tell you, Mr. America is real. And the other scoundrel, one of his first villain, was a bandit with a weird Oedipal attachment to cow udders, and broke into Nevada's farmer barns at night and milked the cow so that it would be out of milk the next day.
Gross.
While the backstory of the other scoundrel was not revealed, Mr. America determines that his obsession becomes with a fraught relationship with his father and an attachment to his mother, and goes on a 1-page long rant about sexual deviations that come from lack of healthy American discipline and values in a child's education. At the time, in 1943, Freud's theories of Oedipus complex and stuff like that were fresh, new, and very debated and discussed. So yeah, that's why this villain exists. The other scoundrel.
I love that this is
Nevada's
the second bat-related one. The second cow-related one. You cut bat cow for utter scoundrel.
Yeah, exactly. And and it's also interesting that he specifically, I don't know, it's unclear why they picked Nevada for the barns, because Mr. America operates in Texas.
Well, Texas, so Nevada, they're close enough, I guess.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, he's from Texas, but he helped in World War II, so he didn't only operate in Texas. Anyways, codpiece for the non-native speakers. Actually, Ceres, what's a codpiece?
It's like when you take a piece of a fish, and that's all it is, and there's nothing else to think about.
No.
Okay, a codpiece is dick armor. All right, is that what you want to hear from me? It's a little piece of armor you wear on your crotch.
Yes, and I learned that thanks to playing D&D, what a codpiece is. And today we're learning that codpiece is a villain from the odd team Doom Patrol, who debuted in 1993. Codpiece's armor is defined by his codpiece, which is a laser cannon on his crotch that he uses to rob banks. Now, we learned about the other scoundrel's fraud family, that was the origin, but what's this man's origin story? Well, in high school, his girlfriend broke up with him, citing that he was too small as a cause. While she was talking about his height, he misunderstood and thought he was referring to another kind of size, and developed a massive inferiority complex in high school. His codpiece weapon has many functions. I called it a laser cannon, but it also includes drills and retractable boxing gloves. So this
Talk
man
about
can
below the belt.
Hey!
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is codpiece.
Oh man.
So We have the infamous Other Scoundrel. By the way, the Other Scoundrels like cover art, like the art of like the Other Scoundrels like comic where he debuts is incredible.
Wait,
yeah.
let me look it up real quick. Just
No.
kidding.
No. You can look it up later.
Let me just.
Oh my god. So one thing I think Theia does is Theia likes robots and tools too much. So I feel like Theia over-indexes on them slightly. But at least one does kind of make sense for comic books. That there would be at least one in this quiz that has a weird tool or a weird, armor suit or is a robot or something. I don't want either one of these to be real, but I think I have my opinion.
Do you mind doing a quick recap of what Other Scoundrel does? Because I spent most of your explanation time
Other
trying to understand
Scoundrel,
what the first word was. I thought it was
yeah.
other, like just another scoundrel. And I was
Other,
like,
like cow.
yeah,
others.
I got that at the end. But
yeah,
like that...
he breaks into barns and milks the cows at night, so there is no milk left in the morning for the farmer.
Okay.
It was 1943. The stakes were low.
You think that was a problem at some point, like there wasn't
Might
enough
be.
milk.
Well, that's the that's the thing. You're like, inexplicably they chose Nevada. I'm sure that like back then the Nevada Dairymen's Association was just fucking hounding DC Comics for some reason. Yeah, there was the 1943 Nevada cow robberies. It's super topical.
I
did not Google that. I did not Google that, but it could be.
Take your milk, not the cow.
Exactly. It's not a cow robbery. It's just a milk robbery. It's more of a cow violation.
Yeah. Does the cow consent, Mr. Scoundrel? All right. Write in and specify if you think it's the real or fake one.
What do we get to ask a question, right?
Sure. If you have anything else.
When is Codpiece from?
When is Codpiece from? I don't remember. Let me check.
There's the typing again.
Doom Patrol. By the way, have anyone here watched the Doom Patrol animated
No, it sounds like
a show?
It sounds like the inverse of Paw Patrol, which would be really funny, probably, if both of them were to face off.
I heard 1993.
That sounds kind of plausible.
That is a number I would make up, wouldn't you, Theia? That is maybe too plausible. Yeah, it's 1993.
It is after like the comics code is like done, right? So you could probably get away with a bunch of dick jokes.
Yeah, and the Other Scoundrels before the comic book code existed.
What is a comic code? Comic book code?
The comic code is a standard that like certification that comics would get in America during like the 50s, 60s, and 70s as like the peak McCarthyism. The media and the children will be corrupted to become gay and communist by the comics.
Do you know
and like it wasn't mandatory. It wasn't like a mandatory thing, but like if your comic book didn't have the comic book authority certification, a lot of stores wouldn't sell it. A lot of parents wouldn't buy it. So it was like a standard to hold yourself up to.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was basically destroyed by Watchmen and The Dark Knight Returns. Okay, vote. If you're done with the question.
I don't want to.
What do you mean? You don't like the guy? You want to vote for the guy with the hilarious punching gloves that come out of his dick? Imagine being knocked out by Codpiece. Imagine being in the news for that.
I've lost. I have no sense. For which one of these is real. I have like a vague feeling, maybe, about one of them, but I hate making decisions when I'm flying by so little information. Watch me vote against the mainstream again.
Polaris, how long have you been typing?
This is my Harvard acceptance letter on Utter Scoundrel.
All right. Once again, you all voted together, and you're all correct. Codpiece is real.
Yes!
But also, man, Codpiece is real.
I know.
I love the boxing gloves.
Punches below the belt. Your problem for not wearing a codpiece.
Yes.
You know what? I think that's what convinced me that it's real. I'm like, punching glove from the crotch? Yeah. That sounds like a comic book.
So for me, it was just like, yeah, Freud was recent then, I guess, but I don't think it pierced the mainstream to the degree that it would be in comic books, right? The comic books would see Freud, like, I don't know. I feel like the comic books would just be like, oh, you got to be a good American, sure, but like they wouldn't be like, oh, this is how raising your children wrong is causing issues. I feel like people weren't like on that level yet at that time, but I was so unconfident. I was like, it could totally be true. I have no idea.
Okay, now we delve into the world of drugs with Sky High. Sky High is Stargirl's one of Stargirl's lesser-known enemies, an ethereal cloud that flies, leaving a trail of weed smoke behind it. So for the non-American, Sky High is like a saying, a phrase, but also, being high. Weakening its pursuers by getting them high and intoxicating them. Sky High is initially presented as a ghost made of weed smoke, but is eventually revealed to be a god spirit of marijuana itself, and plans to get all the world's youth to be addicted. After Stargirl defeats Sky High, all weed in the planet loses any potency as the god of weed is dead. And a fun bit of trivia is that Sky High admits to be responsible for the opium wars between China and the UK.
Holy shit. Holy fuck, that doesn't even have anything to do with weed. That was just like a hobby? Just on the side?
I think at the time, whoever wrote this didn't really know the difference. They were like, oh, the opioids are the same.
I just love that it's like, oh, this horrible part of colonial history. And it's just like, oh, I know who's responsible. This weed lady.
Yes.
I can write about this in my comic book, right? This isn't sensitive or offensive to anybody.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes.
I'm so curious how she defeated Sky High. Did she, like, just say no? Did she punch a cloud? What happened?
Yeah, so basically Stargirl flies into Sky High and has to resist her toxic fumes in the very center through sheer willpower, and then manages to like hit the core of like this god and destroy it. But like the issue was like in reaching the center without being so intoxicated that you lost all determination.
Which
So
is
it's very
of course,
much a battle of
factor
willpower.
of willpower and not your physiology, because that, kids, is how drugs work.
Listen, I didn't write this.
I just think
Or
it's
did
funny.
I? Or did I? Huh? Maybe
Or
I
did you write it?
Or did I?
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
All right. Anyways, who wants to be? How about a cocaine addict as superpowers instead? With Snowflame. Snowflame is a Colombian drug smuggler, which does not look Colombian at all. So like, it's both like a Colombian, so the stereotype, but also he's whitewashed, so it doesn't look like a Colombian man at all. Is a drug smuggler and addict who gains superpowers such as super strength, and pyrokinesis, which is where the flame part of the name comes from, by snorting cocaine, which is where the snow part of his name comes from. The higher he gets, the stronger his powers are, but then they fade when he gets sober. As he says, I am Snowflame, every cell of my being burns with white-hot ecstasy, cocaine is my god, and I am the human instrument of its will.
Now that is a line written by somebody on cocaine for sure. I don't know what this guy's fucking catchphrase is gonna be. I know what this guy's fucking catchphrase is gonna be.
Yes, incredible. Yeah, basically, like he was like developed in a time where they want to try to tackle more serious topics, but this was super tone deaf and it did not have a following. That's Snowflame.
I thought, you know what?
man.
When you started speaking, I thought you said snowflake. And I thought, he was gonna be like like some sort of stereotype of like Tumblr snowflake, like, oh, he gets offended by everything, lol.
He gets offended when we try to ban his cocaine.
Exactly. So I was like, yeah.
No, he's Snowflame,
Flame.
the cocaine addict.
That's his tagline,
Snowflame.
right? Like the cocaine addict. That's a superpower.
That's funny. I really feel like the Reefer Madness as a villain is so hilarious, and I love the idea. Like, comic books always do this. They come up with some stupid shit, and then actually they're like, oh, you thought it was stupid? Actually, this is a cosmic god of weed. And she controls all the weed in the universe. That's right. When she dies, weed doesn't work anymore in our setting. That's why nobody smokes weed in our setting. Literally doesn't do anything.
That is Sky High.
Oh man. All right. I've got my answer.
Can we know whose villain is Snowflame? Whose villain
Snowflame, yeah. So I only found him as a Peacemaker villain, but it looks like he didn't debut as a Peacemaker villain. But I didn't see whose villain he was. It was just like, yeah, he came back later as a Peacemaker villain.
All right.
I must say, right now, Polaris and okay, we have votes. Okay, once again, incredible. Polaris and Ganymede vote together, and they vote that Snowflame is real. Instead, Ceres votes that Snowflame is fake because Sky High is the perfect encapsulation of Reefer Madness fears. Well, you will have learned that Snowflake. Now you put it. Snowflame is real, Ceres. I'm sorry.
Yes!
I made up Sky High. I came up with Sky High.
Damn it. It's really a Peacemaker villain? When you said Peacemaker villain, I was like, nah, you're making that up. You just watched Peacemaker recently.
Yeah, he is a Peacemaker villain in like New 52 or something. That
Shit.
did not originate this.
This guy Sky High is so perfect. Sky High is so
Thank you.
Yeah, but
Thank you.
I mean,
It's like the Reefer Madness embodied, right?
what is the Reefer Madness? I'm not exactly. I don't know.
Reefer Madness was like a movie about like the fears of marijuana, right? Like there was this whole idea in the US that like if we can associate what was it? If we could associate crack with black people and we can associate marijuana with Mexicans, then we can persecute each community by pretending to persecute the drug.
Right.
And there's like a whole clip from like some high up politician, I think it might have even been a president or something, speaking when they didn't think they were being recorded, where they basically say pretty much that, right? And so there was all this stuff that was like anti-marijuana, right? And it was like portrayed marijuana as like the most powerful drug ever. It takes over your life. It eats up your soul. And there was a movie called Reefer Madness, which is all about this concept. And I was like, so Sky High would be the perfect villain for like this era.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Of marijuana
I just didn't know that there was a movie about this, but yeah, that's also what I was thinking of, vilifying marijuana and this sort of devil's lettuce joke. You know, like this person smoked weeds and now he's homeless. Like,
yeah, exactly. And so,
but the thing is,
why did you vote for Snowflame?
Well, because while I thought that was a very compelling argument, and I was like, yeah, this would be the perfect sort of morality tale against marijuana. Then I thought, really? You kill the god and then marijuana doesn't work? Like, I don't know. Like, I thought that would be a
hilarious explanation for why weed doesn't normally show up in the comics. It's like it literally doesn't work in this setting.
Yeah, but like,
I think they would avoid it at all.
Sorry, Polaris, you go.
Sorry.
No, because I think they would avoid mentioning weed at all because I really can't remember any instance.
But Cocaine Man is real.
Yeah, but those I can remember. I don't know why, but I think they censored weed more than cocaine for some reason.
I think if you're trying to scare people,
all the writers are on cocaine, so they think it's fine.
Yeah, if you're trying to scare people away from weed, you know, by making it this like sort of villain, then just that resolution to me feels unrealistic. Like, oh yeah, let's just kill the weed god and then weed will be no longer. It's like, no, you should still instill fear in the people to avoid the
children. Yeah. All right, so right now, yeah, I must say, I think I'm doing really well. Like,
I mean, I am pretending to be confident that I chose right. Like, I flipped a coin.
Yeah, but it's interesting. You guys are doing quite well. We'll see if you
are we 8 out of 10 questions right now. So
you're 8 out of 10, and you all have now 5 correct and 3 wrong. So it's not a 50-50 split anymore. You're all doing well.
Slightly above average.
Yeah, but also you're all competing against each other. So like you're all perfectly evenly matched.
Oh man!
Okay.
All right,
Well,
give
we'll
us the
see
next.
if I can make you believe the Furry Five. So the Furry Five is a late 2010 teams of vigilante furries. It didn't originate in DC, but they were kind of bought by DC later. They are Ellen Paw, Jenny Kroll, Bethany Crocs, Jeffrey Harfoot, and Mike. And Mike doesn't have a last name listed. And they were fused, and they were fused to their fursuit during a dimensional earthquake, which was then what's the word? Retconned by DC to be caused by Superman's punching reality too hard, which is the same punch that brought back Jason Todd. The Furry Five
What?
are able to shapeshift in and out of their fursuit form and have superpowers themed after their respective animals: a wolf, an eagle, an alligator, a rabbit, and a zebra. In 2015, Netflix almost produced a Furry 5 animated show, but the show was later cancelled, and instead they made Big Mouth. And yeah, I need to quickly go back and specify maybe. So the first time that Jason Todd came back as the Red Hood, the reason why was Polaris. Do you want to explain this?
Yeah, Superboy punched the universe.
Yeah,
Right, that
Multiverse,
makes
multiverse.
sense.
I thought it was.
Superboy punched the universe.
Standard Lazarus thingy, Ra's al Ghul.
No, that was the better retcon.
Ah, shit.
No, just Superboy punched the universe so hard that he changed reality and he brought him back. And then they retconned the fursuits that they were mad by the fursuits because of the same punch.
Well,
Wow,
When they were bought by DC.
that's
Anyways,
crazy.
that's the Furry Five.
Okay.
Yes. So the other one is the Beard Hunter, another odd villain from an odd team, Doom Patrol. The Beard Hunter is a man obsessed with facial hair due to his hormonal inability to grow a beard. He violently kills men with a beard and then shaves their beard and keeps them as trophies.
We are in
Kind of like in a Predator movie, he straps the beards around his belt. He just has a bunch of beards hanging from his belt. He actually appears in the TV show Doom Patrol. But unlike in the comics, this version of Beard Hunter actually has superpowers. Once consuming someone's facial hair, I don't know what consuming meant in this context, he absorbs their assets, getting knowledge of the person's life, and ability to know their location across time and space. That's
So
the Beard Hunter.
are women immune from him, or does any
Not
facial
all
hair
women,
count?
not all. Some women have beards.
Yeah,
And-
it all depends on the beard. That's all this dude cares about.
Yeah. If I don't know, maybe he only has the jealousy towards men. So if you're a woman and you have a beard, you're safe.
This dude
I
runs
don't
up to you. You just shave quickly. He runs away. That's
Yeah.
it. That's all.
Right, yeah. Also, does this guy just shave your beard off, or does it get the entire skin underneath as well?
So reasonably, you would think he shaves it, then he has a bunch of little hair. But on his belt, he has like a full beard, like a cartoon drawing of a beard just hanging from his
yeah,
belt.
so he must
He has
skin
a bunch
his
of them.
enemies, right? Because otherwise, that's
Yeah,
what
or
you say,
something. Or he does a very good job, a very clean shave. You know, he cuts everything in a single hit, and then he like stitches them all back together on like a cloth or something. I don't
sounds
know. This is like yeah, this is the human version of dog welder. This is a reverse dog welder. Instead of
Dog
strapping
welder
something
isn't
to your
real.
face,
Dog welder never happened.
dog welder is
Shut
real.
up.
And maybe Beard Hunter is real as well. So okay, so we have the
Well,
Furry
at least
Five.
he's a villain. At least.
Yeah, that's true. At least they recognize that murdering innocents and doing weird shit with faces is bad. Okay, so we have the Furry Five, who and
What were the animals of the Furry Five again?
a wolf, an eagle, an alligator, a rabbit, because paw, claw, croc, Harfoot, and then Mike, who doesn't have a last name, is a zebra. Or like doesn't have a last name in the wiki. I assume he has a last name at some point. But yeah, and Netflix almost made a shot of these guys, but then they didn't.
These are hard.
And then there is the Beard Hunter. So yeah, lots of hair here. Fur hair, beard hair, all hair.
Some scales as well.
Scalies, that's true. There's a
How
scale.
does the Beard Hunter feel?
If
So
I
who was
was
the last Doom Patrol character we had?
Honestly, it's a shame. It's a shame that it wasn't what are they? what are they called when they're insect, like a buggy or something?
Buggy.
We had that conversation recently.
Insect.
Ceres.
Insect. Yeah,
None
we
of them is
Googled
an
it. We
insect
looked it up,
position.
and we learned about plain sonas and insects.
Yeah.
Not with a
It's a
T.
shame.
Without the T.
Yeah, it's a shame that none of them is an insect. The last Doom Patrol guy was Codpiece.
What's Codpiece? And Codpiece was real.
Yeah, but to be fair, I searched these guys up most in like listicles. I think the Doom Patrol is just like a silly team that like has by default silly villains. While Batman tries to be serious sometimes, Doom Patrol never tries to be serious. So it's just like there's a bias there.
How does the Beard Hunter
Anyways.
feel about mustaches? Mustache.
I think if you only have a mustache, if it's pathetic enough, he's cool with it. It's like, okay, same
That
struggle.
checks out.
Not enough hair.
That tracks.
So, just to clarify, Beard Hunter would go after Marx, but Hitler's okay.
Yes.
That tells you all you need to know about Beard
Perfectly
Hunter.
aligned moral compass.
I mean, the images, the pictures of Beard Hunter really make him look like a Nazi. He could be a Nazi. Otherwise, the Furry Five melded into their fursuits by the same punch that brought Jason Todd back. And we almost got a Netflix show about them.
Yeah, you said what did Netflix produce instead?
Big Mouth.
Big Mouth.
I guess they thought, oh, furries, too weird. Let's make this other show.
Let's do teenagers jerking off.
Yeah.
Gosh, this is hard.
Yeah.
This is hard.
Okay, we're starting to get things. Furry Five or Beard Hunter. Okay, everyone is aligned and everyone is correct. The Furry Five is fake.
Yes,
Beard
baby.
Hunter is real.
Oh man, I just felt like Beard Hunter could so easily be inspired by a conversation that like you had with Copernicus or something like that. But I was also like, the Furry Five, they just seem like they're not real though, baby. Oh man, what did it for me in the end was Big Mouth. I was like, why specifically Big Mouth? That just feels like he was looking for a show from that era that he knows. That's why it's Big Mouth. Every time you mention a show that you know, it makes me think this character's fake. This character is based off of his life experience.
Now I want
Alright.
to know if Beard Hunter ever worked with Lex Luthor, because
Okay,
Lex
bald.
Luthor is completely hairless. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I really want to look up Beard Hunter now. This is crazy. Beard Hunter DC.
Shout out.
It does look a little.
Shout out.
Does look like Red Skull a little bit.
Shout out to our dear Russian friend who could be a beard hunter herself.
Oh man! At first, I thought Beard Hunter was fake because you mentioned Doom Patrol, and I was like, if he mentions Doom Patrol twice, right? Then once it's got to be fake, and once it's got to be real. But then, as time went on, I was like, nah, maybe Beard Hunter is just what he says it is, which is, like Doom Patrol. They just do a lot of them, and then when you mentioned Big Mouth, it swayed me.
Yeah, I wanted to be fair. I was like, there's a lot of Doom Patrol guys.
All right.
The beard belt is inspired, by the way.
Yeah, it's Beard Hunter is a blonde man without a beard who's totally jacked in a full red spandex suit with just like dwarven beards attached. Like there's not like a goatee amongst them. There's not a chin strap. There's not even like a hipster beard. They're all like dwarf beards on a belt.
He has high standards, clearly.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are doing so well, by the way. I wasn't very good this time. Let's see if I can get you.
Or
in the
we
last
got
one.
better.
I mean, I'm guessing correctly at the expense of my sanity. Like I jump off a bridge the second I hang up.
I may have guessed correctly, but I lost the will to live.
Exactly.
After you guess codpiece, that's where you cross the line.
I believe this is the truth, but if this is the truth, it destroys my view of humanity.
Well, for the last one, we traveled to Japan
Oh
and
no.
look at some video game crossovers. Both of them. First one, in 1992, Nintendo was producing comic books and cartoons of Super Mario. And they wanted a foot in the superhero media as well. After all, it's Super Mario. So in a crossover Japanese manga with getting the DC Comics license, Bowser teams up with Stephen Chase, the man behind the T-Rex in Batman's Batcave. I don't know if you even know it, but Batman has a trophy robot Batcave, a T-Rex in his Batcave. And the guy who made it, that's who Bowser teams up in because he's a big lizard. And Chase builds him an army of
Does
robot
Superman ever get to
Koopas.
punch the T-Rex or no?
Yes.
It's a machine.
It's the 90s. He can. He builds him an army of robot Koopas, and Mario and Luigi have to team up with Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman to stop him. Luigi.
Yeah, you're right. That seems like the threat level appropriate for Superman.
Yes. Luigi has a flirt. There's also a Robo Bowser.
Yeah, our
which is
greatest
really, really
weapon, a Kryptonian alien, the daughter of a god, the world's greatest detective, and 2 plumbers from Brooklyn. Let's go, baby.
Yes.
He's not just a Mario, he's a Super Mario.
Yeah, Super Mario. Yeah. Luigi has a flirt with Wonder Woman, who teaches him that pompous, manly men are not always what women are attracted by, and gives him a kiss on the forehead.
Holy
Also,
shit.
Princess Peach does not feature in this comic, apparently because she was deemed too traditionally feminine, and DC did not want to have a damsel in distress in their comic.
And how much clothes was Wonder Woman wearing? And who was she drawn by? A woman? Probably not.
Yeah, so that's the Super Mario crossover. Instead,
That's hilarious. I love that. If this is true, no matter what reality is, Luigi pulled Wonder Woman. Luigi has infinite game. Holy shit.
Luigi pulled Wonder Woman, and now in 2024,
by being a soy boy.
Yes.
I love this.
This is like 1990s.
Exactly, right? Back in 1990 when people were like, oh yeah, men can have feelings actually. And they're like, oh, wait, no. As of 2006, they can't anymore. Get rid of it. Luigi's a loser.
Yes. So, also in Japan in 2024, Sega had a crossover with DC and Sonic the Hedgehog. So Sonic the Hedgehog is the ZC character. The world of Sonic is invaded by Darkseid forces looking for the Chaos Emeralds. Sonic and his friends are forced to retreat, and they are contacted by the Justice League and team up to defeat Darkseid. In this continuity, every Sonic character gets matched to a classic Justice League superhero, with Sonic being obviously matched to the Flash, and other members include Shadow as Batman and Knuckles as Superman. I didn't find too much here, but while reviews have been mixed, they have far exceeded the reviews of the crossover Superman x Batman v Godzilla x Kong that also came out that year. And I can tell you, this last one is real. Superman x Batman versus Godzilla x Kong is real.
Not real.
So stupid. It's so fucking stupid.
Okay, so Mario 1992, when all those like weird Brooklyn cartoons of like Super Mario and Luigi and comics existed, or Sonic the Hedgehog in 2024.
So can you tell me briefly what was the piece of media for each? Like, were these TV shows? Were these comic books?
No, these are all manga comic books published exclusively in Japan.
Interesting.
This is exclusive to Japan.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Wow, I have no idea. I have no earthly idea. Why have you done this to me? What the hell? If it's 2024, wouldn't Polaris know? How dare you take something from 2024?
I don't pay attention all the time.
No. This is Japanese. These are in Japan. I think this is off Polaris's radar.
But why is it in yours though?
Wait.
Because I looked this stuff up.
Fair enough.
All right, Polaris, can I ask you?
Do you
know?
Wait, Ganymede, do you think I knew about copies before like 2 days ago?
You might have. I don't know what you're after.
No. All the ones I knew before, I automatically assumed that Polaris knows.
Polaris, can you answer me one question?
Sure.
Did you know about Batman x Superman v Godzilla x Kong?
Yes.
God, okay, fuck.
That's one they published in America as well.
All right, I think that seals it. If you heard about that and you didn't hear about Sonic, I'm calling it.
I know that
Type
DC
in
Comics
your
has made
stuff.
some collaboration with manga as well, so it might be real because I haven't checked those out.
Yeah. Okay, so everybody voted that Mario and Luigi is real. That's the crossover. In a stunning final conclusive vote for everyone, and that's interesting because to me you voted at this similarly so much that it makes me question if I'm just like it. There's not that much difference between you, and there's always one that clearly sounds more real than the other, and you all agree on it. Anyways,
Is it real?
yeah.
Were we
Super
real?
Mario? No, Sonic is real.
No!
No!
No, man.
Okay.
Knuckles as
okay.
Superman. That was the one that I was like, nah, that makes no sense.
That's interesting. That's interesting because like usually the leader gets the leader matched, but Sonic is a speedster.
Yeah.
He's the fast one, so he must be Flash. So Knuckles is the strong one, so he's Superman. The girl one, which I don't know the name of. Honestly, I'm not a Sonic fan and never played the games.
Wow! How dare you?
Daisy.
How dare you forget about female Sonic character? Rouge the Bat, you asshole!
No, it's not her. No, that's not her. That's not her. That's not her.
Amy Rose, Blaze the Cat.
Amy, yes, Amy.
Cream the Rabbit. Who fucking came up with this?
Of course, Amy is Wonder Woman. And
how the fuck is Cream the Rabbit a Sonic character? Who did this? What board approved this?
Maybe
and completely mismatched because I guess they were out of characters. Silver is Green Lantern.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so you all have the same score. You all got 6 out of
10.
10. Correct.
I so badly wanted Luigi to have that swag.
Yeah.
I just so badly wanted Luigi to be hot to Wonder Woman because he has measured feelings and a normal personality.
Let's see. So we have probability of success on a trial 0.5. That's the null hypothesis. Number of trials 10. Number of successes 6. Let's see if you beat 0.05 p-value. 0.2. So there's for our audience, there's a 20.5% probability that each one of these results just came from random guessing, and that I'm a random genius, much like Willy the Worst.
But what happens if you put all of us together? What if you say because each of us got 7 out of 10 or 6 out of 10?
Yeah, so the trials are not independent, but if we pretend that they're independent for a moment, I'm gonna go 30 rolls and 18 successes, and p-value it still doesn't beat it, 0.08.
But it's close. And if you think about it, it's kind of like a 0.10, and that's significant in some fields.
No.
And if you make it a one-sided test, I'm pretty sure it's probably significant.
Okay, so I'm seeing the data scientist here is already like redefining the parameters of the test so that it comes out the way he likes it.
Segue into
true to the spirit of
how
science.
It's ruining research.
Yeah.
So, can I just briefly, because I'm sorry, I'm like so wasted after this recording session. How many did we get right? 7?
You each got 6 right.
6.
Not the same 6, but so yeah.
One better than last time, baby. I'm making progress.
Yeah. Okay, so for our tiebreaker, you'll have to guess the name of a character. You may or may not know about this character, but I know for sure that you don't know this character's original name.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the Suicide Squad, the James Gunn one, Ganymede?
Is that the second one?
Yeah, it's the good one.
I have not.
You have not. Well, Nathan Fillion is in that movie, and he plays a very special character. Ceres, do you remember that character?
TDK, the detachable kid? Of course I do.
Yeah, TDK, the detachable
kid. The best superhero of all time.
Yeah, the detachable kid. His power is that his arms can like float off his body and go beat up someone. They're detachable.
Yep.
Wow.
That's his superpower.
He's not super strong. They're normal arms. In fact, when they float in the air, they look very unstable. They look more like they give you sort of a wet slap than
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. So I want everyone to go into WhatsApp and just write what you think the original name of the detachable kid was, because he had a name before that was also descriptive of his superpower, but was way more awkward and stunted and just like a bad name. Like the detachable kid by comparison is perfect.
All right.
Can you guess what the original name was?
The hero name, not his civilian identity.
No. I'm talking about his.
We're talking about the hero name.
Yeah, like not Mike Johnson.
And if the name is in the spirit of the name, I'll give it. If it's not perfect, but it's like it's basically right. Oh my god, Polaris nails it. Wait. Polaris, you wrote 2 names though.
Yeah, and
Bet hedging.
one of them has to be awkward because it's like controversial, and the other has to be awkward because it's
Yeah, no, but you have to
You have
guess
to
only
pick
one.
one.
You pick one.
okay. I'm picking one. We're gonna
Okay. And the thing is, like, if now you pick the wrong one, then you know which one's the right one.
Then we have to do a different tiebreaker.
Then we have to do a different character.
This is a rigorous quiz. We can't have
Okay.
the winner just going off.
Okay, well, Polaris picked the correct one, so
Yeah.
she wins. Okay, so I want to read. So, Ganymede guessed, this little kid-ted shoulder, as in the kid. This little kid-ted shoulder, very awkward. Dissected man
From Ceres.
from
Yep.
Ceres. And Polaris, you wrote arms fall off man.
No,
That's almost right. It's arms fall off boy. And he doesn't look like a boy at all. He's so muscular and adult. Also, his arms are like a different color of his shoulders and like his body. And you think, well, that's the part that he dislocates, where the color changes, right? Nope. Another piece of his shoulder that is the color of his normal skin also comes off. So what the fuck? Please go and
Arms-
Google arm fall off boy, and his thing is that
Arm-
he rips off his arm and then he beats you with it.
Holy shit.
I
That's the
mean,
most
two
metal
things come to
superhero ever.
mind. Arm fall off boy sounds. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of these like cursed memes where it's like some Timu rip-off toy that is like Spider-Man in a case that says Hulk, but Spider-Man is orange and it says DC on the
Orango.
top corner or something like that, you know? And it's like just wrong, and it's next to like Son Goku, but the case says, I don't know, Naruto. That's what arm fall off boy reminds me of.
Have you looked him up?
Yeah, I just want to point out that you maligned this character. He doesn't have different colored arms. Those are sleeves, man. He's wearing sleeves. So he wears these weird costume
Wait,
sleeves.
he wears
He's got a
sleeves without a
pointy-
shirt?
Yes, exactly. He's wearing gloves that go up to his shoulders for some weird reason. And
It's
they're
elegant.
yellow and have little pink, like, nipples on them, basically. And he wears, like, a weird pointy hat. Like, he looks like the joke of a pinhead. It's hilarious. But it's not his skin. Those are his sleeves.
Those are sleeves, which are also weird, by the way. But okay. Yeah. Congratulations on nailing it, Polaris.
What a psychological ordeal.
Yeah.
Yay.
Truly.
Welcome in the twisted world of Theia. Oh, this time you did better.
Barely. I
I
wouldn't
got
really
you.
call that discriminative.
Yeah, I'm very proud of getting a Mini Bane to be so successful,
Mini Bane is perfect.
and Anti-Crypto, and
Can we-
Squirrel Bingo Bango.
Can we go over them briefly again? I feel like I've forgotten ones that I fell in love with at the time.
Sure. So we started with Zeep the Living Sponge
Yep.
from Superhero Hotline, which was real, against Astra, Topo's female counterpart, the Scientology mascot.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
We have Neo Joker, the Elseworld take on Harley Quinn with the Stockholm Syndrome,
Yeah.
and Parody against Mini Bane.
Mini
Mini
Bane.
Bane. I need to mourn my son, Mini Bane. Mr.
Do you
Mixelpix.
still want to fight?
Yeah, you still want to fight? No. I need to mourn my son. Beppo the Super Monkey against Anti-Crypto, the evil dog of Apocalypse, and Zal, who eventually becomes Skipper after his redemption arc.
Yep.
Afterwards, we had Dog Welder and Squirrel Bingo Bango, which was probably the most mentally challenging.
Yep, definitely the climax for me of the episode.
Bingo is for the gambling, Bango is for the shooting, and the Squirrel is luck with both. Then we had Mambo Jumbo against Willy the Worst, the statistical genius against the cartoon
Yes,
character.
Willy the Worst. Willy the Worst is on the real Avengers.
Then we have
Justice League, I mean.
Yeah. Then we have Maximilian Zeus or Maxi Zeus,
Mm-hmm.
the mentally ill history professor against G. Ippolita.
Yeah, that was perfect.
We had Codpiece against the other scoundrel. Our two beautiful sexual deviants.
Take
and
your
request them.
milk.
Get your milk. Yeah. Then we had Snowflame, the cocaine addict drug lord who gets superpowers from cocaine, versus Sky High, the god of weed, who was responsible for the opium wars. Yeah. Then there was the Beard Hunter, Doom Patrol villain, versus the Furry Five. Nobody bought the Furry Five, even though they were brought back by Superboy punching reality too hard.
Wait, but the Jason thought Superboy thing
That's
is
real.
That part's real.
It's
That
real.
part's real.
Shit.
Shit. But finally, between Sonic and Mario, the real crossover was Sonic all along. And you all thought it was Super Mario because of how suave Luigi was.
I'm telling you, SWAG stands for Stable Woke Activist Gentleman.
Perfect.
So the real Justice League features Willy the Worst, Luigi,
Tiny Bane.
Beppo the Monkey, led by Mini Bane, God Amongst Mortals, and Sky High is there too, and they all team up to fight Dog Welder. I think that's pretty much it.
But wait, Ceres, which animal sidekick do they have? Astra?
The Furry Five.
Anti-Crypto?
No, the Furry
or
Five.
Beppo? The Furry Five are the animal sidekick.
Those are the one sidekick for each of the five of them.
Very good.
4 sidekicks, not just animal sidekicks.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, I like the touch of realism where you were like, yeah, the Furry Five, they all have surnames except for Mike.
Yeah. I feel like that's so common. That almost convinced me it was real. I was like almost there. Oh man.
Yeah, I need to drop in these like little nuggets of like imperfection that make it believable. But yeah, well, you did better. Thank you for participating. I had a lot of fun.
This was
Minibane.
awesome.
I had been incubating Minibane for a while.
This was awesome. This killed me in the best way. I think though that it is the end of our episode, so it is time for plugs. Does anybody have anything they want to plug?
Well, as I said before, I think I want to plug Peacemaker.
Nice.
Peacemaker is a great show, and season 2 is coming out. And James Gunn has kind of decided to like excise his own corner of the old DCEU and like stitch it to his new DCEU. So Peacemaker season 2 directly like goes into the new continuity. It features characters from the Superman movie and Creature Commandos. And so season 1 was awesome, and I think I recommend everyone to watch Peacemaker season 1, and hopefully season 2 will be just as good.
Nice. I am going to the 1992 comic books about Mario and Luigi. They used to make choose your own adventure books from that back then that were like really ridiculous. There were Mario ones, there were Sonic ones too. They're really hard to get access to, but they're also really funny. I listened to them being read by the people who do Not Another D&D podcast. They have a podcast called 8-Bit Book Club where they read through these choose your own adventure books, and it's a hilarious time. So if you want a funny brain dead podcast to listen to, I will recommend that to you. And you can see more about Luigi and Mario's relationship.
Is it physical?
No, it's that Mario is a big jerk and Luigi got swag.
All right.
Any other plugs?
Yeah, Ganymede, you had something.
Yeah, I have something. The title is Harley Quinn and the Joker: Sound Mind. It's a podcast, but it's a sort of podcast show
Mhm.
kind of thing. Like it's not Harley Quinn
It's like
and
a
the Joker
radio show.
chatting. Yeah, like a radio show, exactly. They're not talking about supplements and
Harley Quinn and Joker would have the worst podcast.
yeah,
It'll all be verbal
Yes.
abuse.
exactly.
Joker's trying to
it's
sell you
really-
supplements. Harley Quinn is trying to engage with the audience, and she keeps getting shouted at by Joker. Shut up.
Eat the supplements, honey. Yeah, and yeah, in general,
Get
Casey has done
Jokered.
a few of those like radio shows. There's another one with the Riddler that are pretty good. I enjoyed them, so check those out. They're on
Nice.
Spotify.
Perfect.
Any plugs, Polaris? Anything DC coming out? People should keep their eyes out for?
Nothing that comes to mind at the moment.
All right. Well, then I think that just about does it for our 37th episode. If you want more, you can find us on youtube.com/@a-friendly-orbit, as well as on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And if you happen to have any Astro Echoes you want to share with us, you can email us at afriendlyorbit@gmail.com. All one word.
All right, Ceres, Ganymede, Polaris, I'll let you to recover from the psychological damage. And to all of our fellow
Dark
Voyagers,
Welder.
and to all of our fellow
Dark
Voyagers,
Welder, yeah.
we'll catch you out there amongst the stars. Dark Welder is real.